My name is Joe Halwax, Managing Director of Institutional Investment Services, coming to you from our offices in Glenview, Illinois. That's about 15 miles north of O'Hare Airport, where winter is in its full glory this week. Today, I'm going to sit with my colleague Evan Witkowski to discuss markets and our fund performance. We'll recap the fourth quarter and another very strong year for markets. Johara, Wah, and Miles will have a segment on our investment process and use the recent launch of our Social Values Choice funds as an example of that process in action. We also have a special segment with Johara and the CEO of our asset manager, Exponence, Tina Biles-Williams. Exponence is our newest fund manager for the Social Values Choice Equity Fund. These segments are available together or individually on our website. I'll start with a couple quick organizational updates. First, our new quarterly investment letter is now live. In this quarter's letter, we dive into the market's reaction to U.S. elections and highlight what themes we'll be looking at in 2025. You can scan the QR code now to access this report. Also in November, we welcomed a new manager of public equities, Virgilio Calahong, and he's actually here with me now. Virgilio, welcome to the webinar.
Thanks, Joe. Happy to be here.
So Virgilio, tell us a little bit about your background.
Sure. So, I started, I have a lot of years on the East Coast in New York, but I'm happy to say that I'm a Midwesterner born and raised. I'm originally from the Detroit metro area, and I've been living here in the Chicago area for the past 10 years or so. But I will have to say this and be completely honest and transparent. My sports allegiances have not changed to Chicago. They will always remain with Detroit. So for me, it's always going to be the Lions, the Wings, the Pistons, and the Tigers. So that's what I have to say about that, and I'm sure it's true for a lot of other transplants.
We're not going to convert you to be a Bears fan then. And what about your family?
Sure. So I got a wife and two kids. We live in the area, and they keep us. The kids keep us both pretty busy. I would say in the best way. And
then what about your background in investing before you joined Wespath?
Sure. So I have north of 2 decades in the industry. I cut my teeth at first in research and analysis, and then transitioned into the allocator space, working for places like Wespath. But prior to Wespath, I was with 2 large local public pension plans and a global asset management firm.
That's fantastic. And so can you tell us what have you been working on this far, and what are you excited about for 2025 in terms of Wespath funds?
Sure. So, I'm entering my 3rd month here at Wespath, almost basically my first quarter with the organization. And aside from learning the ins and outs of Wespath, my primary focus has been working on projects to improve and outcomes for Wespath's clients and participants. So that includes things like fund construction and due diligence on managers, both within the existing funds, and those outside of the firm.
Right.
So happy to say that I'm working with a really accomplished team who've already laid the groundwork for the projects that are underway right now and that will continue throughout the rest of the year. So really excited to see what we can accomplish in 2025.
No, that's really good to hear. And I'm going to have to give you a quiz at some point on all the acronyms in the world of Methodism. So one last question, kind of a fun question. What was the best thing or the most fun thing you did over holiday break?
Sure. Well, thinking back to the holiday break, it actually got off to a little bit of a poor start for my family and I. We all got sick heading into the holidays, and I know that happened for a lot of other families with what's been going around. But happy to say that we were able to rebound and celebrate Christmas without any issues. But I would say the funnest parts of the holidays, when we were actually able to do something, was running the table at the party games on New Year's Eve. So my wife pulled her part. She did well with trivia, whereas my 6-year-old and I, we did well with a game sort of like pin the tail on the donkey, but the goal was to smash an egg on the floor with a wiffle bat while blindfolded. So we discovered we had a skill we didn't know we had.
I was going to say, we'll have to try that here at Wespath at some point.
It's a fun one.
Well, Virgilio, thank you for joining, and we certainly look forward to having you back on future webinar episodes.
Sure. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Joe.